everyone, it's Sue with Ully Cat's Designs and Ully Cat's World blog, and I'm here today with another sneak peek for Karen Burniston's November 2025 release. And today it's going to be Roar, a monster card. To make a diagonal fold card base to use with the playful pop-up, I have taken and folded a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, and I've taken the second largest die from the Rectangles and Labels crosshatch. So it is 4.2 by 6.2 inches. And you can see I've extended part of that over the edge. So here's our cut card base. And you can see where we're going to have the fold. And now I'm going to cut the mechanism and the cover plate for the playful pop-up. So it'll be this part, and then this piece here is the arm that swings. So we're going to work on folding our mechanism pieces. So that will be a mountain fold. This flap will be a mountain fold. And I do like to fold my cardstock back and forth a few times. This one will be a mountain fold. And then we have the diagonal, so I find it easiest to fold them back and forth like that. And then we're going to invert those Y's. So now we have a piece that will work like that. Then I want to take and glue this piece on over it. This acts as a little bit of reinforcement to that piece. So we're matching the smile up with the bottom smile, the big smile, making sure we've got a little bit of a border around the edge. And now we've got our mechanism, and the base of it, when you fold it, initially it will make a box. And again, I want to work all those folds just to make it work a little better. Then we have another Y, or I think Karen calls it the inverted wine glass. And there's that fold. So you can see the sort of martini glass that has an odd-shaped Y coming out of it. We're going to put glue just on this triangle. And then we'll fold that over. Wipe off any excess glue. And here's what the glued mechanism looks like. You can see there's a little smiley face, and there's a little smiley face on the tab on the mechanism. We're going to glue that over that. There's this final triangle. It's on the, fold that wine glass in. We're going to put glue on. We're going to fold it at that. And this fold is just over the tab fold a little bit. And you can see we've got the cube again. We've got that inverted martini glass. And now we're going to put this arm so that it pokes out. You can see where we have a tongue or a tooth and some kind of ear or horn wiggle. And that's how the mechanism goes together. And to turn our playful pop-up into a monster pop-up, we're going to use the Monster Playful Pop-Up add-ons. So I'm going to do the single eye with the tooth, and it's going to be a blue monster, so I've cut out blue arms and hands. This little tiny tongue piece I actually cut out of white, and I used my Ully marker RV.2 to color it. And on this piece there's a little embossed piece that tells you where to put that. And then this will fit right underneath the mouthpiece. And here's our tooth, which we will put on so that it actually kind of sticks up over the whole spot. So I'm just going to put a dot of glue there. And since this is the side that will be the longest for that, it's the furthest out spot. And then we'll just trim off that tab. The eye, again, has a little embossed or stencil feature to give the highlights of the eye. I'll just glue the black part to the center part. Spot to glue R. And now we're glue on, what will be this one. You're matching pointed arrow up with the fold in that. The horns die has a stencil feature, which I use. I use my little Sharpie marker so that I can get, I'm actually gonna just take those out to the side. And now we'll glue them on. The trick is getting, and I would suggest putting the moving horn on first, because you want to get it, it's basically the furthest point up. Put glue on that. We want check that there aren't any hindrances. I'm thinking I might trim this tooth down just a little bit. For some reason it just feels like it's too tall. That looks better. And now we'll glue that one on. And you want to get the horns on, or your earpieces, anytime you use this playful mechanism, before you glue it into your card. To give our monster a body, I've cut the 2.4 by 3.7 inch oval from the oval's crosshatch, and then from the Playful Pop-Up I've cut what's going to be a leg. So this is what part of the piece I've cut off, and that's going to probably fit someplace over there, and we'll trim this off. But before I attach the oval and the body, I want to attach this tab here along our fold. So I'm going to put glue over the bottom part of that horn and on the rest of the mechanism tab. And then I want this in the furthest position, and I'm pushing that in. And now I see where we're going to have a catch point, which is going to be our So I've glued down the oval, and I've added the foot, and I've, for the most part, have fixed the horn issue. Now what we'll do is we'll put glue on this tab, and this is what it looks like in the flat position. And I'm gently going to close it up. The horn is still giving us some problems, but I also think it has to do with the mouthpiece. So as long as there's a gap there, it's working. But when that black piece gets pushed into the top of the blue piece, that's where the catch point happens, and that's what's happening there. So our horn is a little bit bent, but we're doing okay. So now we'll just trim off this excess glue, and we finished decorating our card. So the front has a piece of green cardstock, and Roar is cut into it. The shadow was cut with the letter die embedded in it, and then we saved the extra pieces of the R's and the A. And then we've taken some more horns from the Monster add-on set. We've also added Nouveau glitter gloss to give everything a little sparkle. And then when we open the card up, we've used the greeting labels as well as the Monster sayings to get Roar means I love you in Monster and sending Monster hugs. We've got a place to leave a personal message, and then on the back we've added one of the eyeballs and I only have eye for you. And this bow is just made with the largest cat ears, one of the eyeballs, and then the paws are cut to make the ribbon ends. And that's our Monster card. I hope you got some inspiration, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.